I got some goodies for my Talaria XXX. Let's take a look. So this company, Kemi Moto, was kind enough to send me out some accessories for my Talaria XXX. This is actually the second time they've sent me stuff out. The first time was like way back when I only had like 200 subscribers. So they have kind of a special place in my heart because they're the only company that supported my channel so far. And so I'm going to support them. So they sent me peg extenders. I had the Kemi Moto peg extenders on my Suron, my upgraded Suron when I had it. And I had this, the peg protector too. This kind of prevents you from bending the pegs in if you drop the bike. And I had the Kemi Moto set that I paid for. And so I didn't know there was a set for the Talaria XXX. So when they emailed me and asked me if I wanted to try them out, I'm like, heck yeah. I would have bought them if I knew they existed. So they also sent me some pegs, some aftermarket pegs. So I have aftermarket pegs on the Talaria XXX already, but they're for the Suron. And the gap is bigger for the Suron, so they don't fit quite right. The spring keeps coming off, so you know I actually needed some of these too. So I'm pretty happy. Let's take a closer look, and then we'll go out and install them, and then take it for a ride and see how they feel. So every time I've actually purchased any Kemi Moto products, the quality has always been really good. I've never had any issues at all with quality. They're all really solid, and their parts are all aluminum. I'm not sure if they're cast or machined or what. If you know, let me know in the comments, but I've never had any issues with them whatsoever. That being said, let's get out there and install them and take it for a little ride. All right, well, let's get started. You're going to need a 6mm Allen wrench and a pair of needle nose pliers, and that should be it. So we're going to start with installing these peg extenders first, and then we'll install the protector and the pegs. So I'm just going to do one side, because it's going to be like the exact same on both sides. There's no reason to film both of them. So let's get this off first. By the way, the kit comes with Allen wrenches, so if you don't have them, don't worry. So you can see on here, this piece, the right side, if you're facing the thing, protrudes a little bit because there's a difference here. So that's how you can tell which side goes where. When I'm doing stuff like this, I like to get both of them started before I do any sort of tightening at all. Just kind of makes it easier in case things don't line up right. Just to make sure things are going to work out how I think they are. Yes, see? Then these go right on here. So you're not going to see me put this on, but how it works basically is there's an extra hole right in here. When I put on the other side, I'll slip this through just like that. And then when I install it, you'll see it'll be right here. So next, let's get this old peg taken off. There's a little clip right here we have to take off here, and you could probably just push it off with a pair of needle nose. Yep. So cut that off. And there's a washer you need to take off. And the pin comes out, and you can remove the old one. So if you compare these two, you can see this gap right here. It's a lot bigger than the ones that are made for the Talaria. So that's why I was having some problems keeping the spring on here. And to get these on, we just do the exact opposite of what we did earlier. So we got the spring back on, and this spring's not going to go anywhere, so that's good. That's going to work out a lot better than the other one did. So now we just put the bolts back on, and we're all done with this side. Well, I mean, all right, guys, that couldn't be simpler. I'm going to do the other side. It does have the kickstand attached to it, but it's essentially the exact same thing as this side. So what I'll do is I'll wrap this up, get this other side installed, and we'll take her out for a ride and see how the ergonomics feel.
Okay, and we're out. So, I mean, it's a lot more ergonomics. It's amazing how much difference just like maybe 1.5 inches, 2 inches will make in the pegs. So one, it's like my legs naturally fit at more of a 90-degree angle when they're down there on the pegs. And it also makes standing up more comfortable because your arms are going to be naturally closer to the handlebars. And so you're not going to be leaned over as much. So it puts less pressure on your back and you can actually stay standing up and be messing around off-road for a lot longer. So here's a really quick montage walk around for you. Yeah, I noticed like standing up is a lot more comfortable, and sitting down, you know. Especially if you're a taller guy, like if you're like 6 foot plus. I mean, I'm only 5'9", and it makes the bike more comfortable for me. So I can imagine if you're 6'2", anything over 6 foot, I think it's probably a must-have. Your legs aren't going to be all cramped up. The installation couldn't be easier. I mean, it's literally 20 minutes. You unscrew four bolts basically, and you screw them back in, and you put that bar in the middle. There are two black caps that screw on to cover up the holes where that protector goes in. These pretty birds. Man, it turned out to be such a beautiful day though. I love coming out here and messing around. Back over here, there's a bunch of like off-road trails and stuff like that I usually go hit up, but they're just completely flooded right now. So this is kind of like a nature revitalization area here. And the area of Houston I live in is like very on the south side, and it's called the Coastal Plains. So there's a lot of like marshland and stuff like this. You see how it's all flooded over? Everywhere they can restore nature like that, they're going to, because all kinds of birds and stuff like that live in this habitat. And there's tons of deer in here too, and coyotes. I saw a massive coyote one time. And here's one thing I wanted to show you too, is that even though the pegs came down a little bit, you can see the kickstand is attached to the pegs. The stock kickstand still works with this kit here, so you don't have to worry about buying a shorter kickstand. The bike does stand a little bit taller, but I kind of like that because I like to take pictures of it, and I don't like it when it's leaned over too much. So, and thanks again to Kemi Moto for sending me out these parts. Like I said, I've never had any issue with their parts. Quality parts at a good price. I'll put the link for both the peg extender kit and the pegs in the description. Check them out. And hey guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.